So now you know what's on the Legal Health Check menu. This next video shows you how to help your client place an order. And you understand that the Legal Health Check is not just a piece of paper to give your client or another form for you to complete and forget. It's a collaboration resource because your client is likely to talk to you first about their legal problem. You need resources to help and to connect to lawyers. There are 3 steps to collaborating using a legal health check. Firstly, complete a legal health check to identify the legal issues. Step 2, use the legal health check to connect to an appropriate lawyer. And step 3, keep supporting your client to resolve the legal issue. Let's look at each of these steps in turn. Step 1, complete a legal health check with your client. It starts with a chat with your client. You might connect to something the client casually mentions, or your service might want all clients to complete a legal health check, perhaps as part of your assessment process. Choose which legal health check to use, the basic one or perhaps the one for refugees or young people. For example, if you are delivering a mental health service, use the mental health legal health check. Choose whether to use the whole legal health check or just the postcard. If you see a lot of clients every day, just some questions from the postcard legal health check might be best. If you can spend more time with your client, you might go through all or most of the legal health check. It's online or you can download a PDF. Think about whether you will prioritise some of the questions. The best results are achieved when you ask them all, because then the client knows what else lawyers can help with. But you can ask the questions in any order. Start with whatever will engage your client best. Then you just tick the boxes. Step 2, find appropriate lawyers. There are many options for connecting to helpful lawyers. Decide what works for you and your client. Which lawyers you connect to will depend on what services are available and what the legal issues are. Free legal services include legal aid commissions, community legal centres, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander legal services, and family violence and prevention services. Some legal services are at outreach clinics or integrated with hospitals, homeless support centres, or mental health agencies. Whichever legal service you connect to, they won't be able to help with all the issues in the legal health check, but they are networked with other legal services which may be able to help. In the following scenario, you'll notice that the community worker connects the client to 2 different legal services.
Kim has received great assistance from a caseworker to help her build a new life after escaping a violent relationship. She has a number of legal issues that need to be resolved.
So you told me yesterday that you had a lawyer for your child protection issue, but then Legal Aid said no.
That was in Victoria.
Unfortunately, there probably isn't anything we can do about that.
Hang on, Kim has unpaid debts and she wants to see her kids. If she begins a new life without resolving either of these challenges, she could feel pressured to go back to a harmful relationship. Let's try that again with the legal health check to quickly diagnose the problem areas.
We're going to be using legal health check form. Some of this stuff came up yesterday already, but let's go through the form and see what else comes up. Okay. So you mentioned to me yesterday that you did have a lawyer for a child protection issue, but then Legal Aid said no.
That was in Victoria.
There is a question in here. Things might have changed for you already. I think it's worth asking, if that's okay. So, would you like to discuss any state child protection orders or concerns about you or any children?
Yes.
Now, let's put in here that you did have a lawyer over in Victoria. You did mention Centrelink debt yesterday, that Centrelink didn't have all the information and then you left your home. Well, the question here is anyone chasing you for money, including Centrelink?
I am getting letters.
And do you believe you're receiving the appropriate Centrelink benefits?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, well, we will connect you to lawyers who can help you with your family stuff and lawyers who can help you with Centrelink and the electricity bill.
That'll be good while I'm staying here.
On the Find a Lawyer tab of this website, there are some suggestions about which legal service might be the best match for the legal issues identified in your legal health check. You might ask the client to write down the contact details of the legal service on their postcard or legal health check, or you might phone the lawyers while the client is with you to make an appointment. But the best option is when your community organisation develops a legal health check pathway. A legal health check pathway is an arrangement your community service has with a legal service about what to do with completed legal health checks and an understanding of which legal issues that service can help with. The legal service might visit or phone your agency to see the clients or want you to send the legal health check to them when you make the appointment. There is more information about how to develop a legal health check pathway in the FAQs on this website. Step 3. Support the client to resolve the legal issues. It can take weeks or months before some legal issues are sorted. The more support you can offer the client to stay connected with the lawyers, the higher the chances of the legal problems being resolved. The client may need to consent to your ongoing support, which is something the lawyers can discuss with them. Here's some ideas for support. Provide travel assistance to the appointment, attend appointments with the client, agree to receive and read a copy of the correspondence from the lawyers or act as a mailbox. Discuss the next steps of the legal problem with the client, including scheduling any other appointments with the lawyers. Help the client find and make copies of relevant documents, such as ID, Centrelink or bank statements, rent agreements, or letters of demand. Let the lawyers know you are supportive and what you can and can't assist with.
So now you're fully trained to use a legal health check and sort out the sharks and the holes in the boat. Please use and share this training at your work.
Yeah, I had a client at one stage who'd come to me and she was very concerned about a Telstra debt and she was getting phone calls. It was looking like it was going to go to a debt collector. We filled out the legal health check and she was contacted by the lawyers and eventually that was waived.
Having worked with a community member who presented in financial crisis, working with volunteer lawyers, he felt very empowered through the process. We were able to then assist him with some other issues that he had in his life regarding his mental health and his tenancy issues. Recent contact from that gentleman gave us the knowledge that he is now back in shared custody of his children.
We want to thank all our amazing volunteer community workers who agreed to be interviewed and all the organisations that made this resource possible. Thanks for participating and enjoy the quiz.